Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. We are about to do an in-depth planetary puja, honoring the planets, the stars that they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, the planets that rule the various zodiac signs that are containing planets today. We'll be using the chart of now based on my current location, which is in New Mexico, in the United States. And in doing this puja, we are bringing in positive blessings from the planets and stars and the archetypes into our lives and into our world. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on the YouTube channel. Dr. Pillai has explained that the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There's also a divine light being associated with all of them. And in connecting with these light beings, we are activating their blessings both inside of us and outside in our world. So thank you for joining us. To perform this puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. There is a tutorial video below this video if you're not familiar with the layout of the South Indian style chart. Each of these 12 little boxes is a particular zodiac sign. And to do the puja, I have on a side table a little blackboard on which I've drawn the chart in chalk. And I also have a bowl of fresh flower petals that I'll be offering into appropriate places onto the blackboard as we're doing the puja. I have a lit tea light, I have a hand fan, I have a bell, and I also have a container of water, which I'm going to use to start the puja. I'm going to put the ring finger of my right hand several times into the water and sprinkle drops of water on each side of the blackboard chart, and also sprinkle a few drops of water on top of myself, and send a few drops of water out into space towards all of you as a symbolic purification for everyone and as a way of setting a sacred space for the area of the puja. We start the puja with first invoking Ganesha, the archetype who can remove obstacles and also who can attract positive new opportunities into our life. We start with invoking him. Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam, Om Shring Gam. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and we thank him for his help with this. Excuse me. Now I'm going to do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nulla Nulla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave, Asura Nulla Nulla, Ave Nulla Nulla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank St. Gnanasamundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we're going to honor the various time elements that are active in my local area. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. Today is Friday, ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now, we honor the star that the moon is in. At the moment, the moon is in the star of Mula, a star that is interested in foundational energies. We put the flower petals on the moon. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Now, we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase that the moon is in. In my local area, we are in the second waxing moon called Dwitya in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said for the moon phase, we would use a Sanskrit name followed by the word Devi to invoke the light being associated with the moon phase. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Dwitya Devye Namaha. Om Dwitya Devye Namaha. Om Dwitya Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. At the moment in my area, the hour is being ruled by Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we're going to honor the yoga and the Karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Driti, which has energies of enjoyment. Driti, Driti, Driti. And the Karana that's active right now is one called Kalava, which has energies for being social. Kalava, Kalava, Kalava. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would always start by looking at whatever sign is the ascendant sign, represented here with the letters AC. And this is in the sign today of Scorpio. And he said we would honor the planet that rules the ascendant sign as the first thing, as a gesture for the importance of that planet. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, so I'm going to put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now, starting in Scorpio, we're going to honor the planets, starting with those that are in Scorpio, and then go in a clockwise direction around the chart. Today in Scorpio, we have the Sun, we also have Venus, and we have Mercury. I'm going to start with honoring the Sun and put the flower petals on him. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. The Sun is in a star called Anuradha, a star of both prosperity and friendship. I put the flower petals on the Sun. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Om Anuradhaye Namaha. Anuradha star is ruled by Mitra, a form of the sun, which is a universal friend to everyone. The sun freely gives his light to everybody, regardless of their circumstances. We honor Mitra, and I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Mitraye Namaha. Anuradha star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Next, we're going to honor Venus and Mercury. They're both in the same star today, so we're going to honor both of them before we invoke the star. I start with honoring Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor Next, we honor Mercury for being in Scorpio. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Venus and Mercury are both in a star called Jayesta. This is a really huge star, and it can give energies for courage and conflict resolution. I put the flower petals across Venus and Mercury. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Om Jayestaye Namaha. Jayesta's star is ruled by Indra, an archetype who can give blessings for leadership and courage. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Om Indraye Namaha. Jayesta's star is ruled by Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishika or Scorpio, the most occult of all of the zodiac signs, today containing the sun, which is our soul, and Venus, planet of happiness and enjoyment of material plane comforts and the arts, and Mercury, planet of communication, and also the planet that helps with our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, going in a clockwise direction, the next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Danas or Sagittarius, which today contains the moon. We honor the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Mula. This is a star symbolized as tied up roots. It's a star that wants us to have a good foundation of things. And it's also a star that is aligned with our own galactic center. We honor Mula, and I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Mulaye Namaha. Just a moment, I need to cough for a second. Let's try that again. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Mula star is ruled by a goddess called Niriti. She has a kind of smoky energy, and she can help with transformational change. We honor her. and I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Mula's star is ruled by Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Sagittarius, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Dhanus or Sagittarius, the most noble-minded of all the zodiac signs, the most idealistic, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and also Saturn. We start with honoring Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Om Visvadevasyes Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. Sometimes artists portray them as standing in a circle, holding hands. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn. the zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities in each of us. Today, containing Pluto, a planet that can help with rationality and science, and Saturn, a planet that helps with structure, organization, discipline, patience, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune. Neptune is retrograde at the moment. We honor Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star that can help with purification. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us experience deeper levels of stillness and silence. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that can help us to experience intuition, listening to the still small voice within, and also help us with understanding our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. Earlier this week, Jupiter went direct, so he's now going in a forward motion again from our viewpoint on Earth. We honor Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help us with business development. We ask for blessings from this star. And I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada is ruled by Ayurbundya, an archetype who can help guard treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and our valuables, and also to guard our treasure that is the earth itself. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundyaye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttara Bhadrapada star, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put more flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena, or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical and sort of dreamy of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet that helps with everything related to spiritual teachings, as well as a planet that can help us with optimism and help with wealth, and also help with everything related to banking or legal matters. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with planets in it is Misha, or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Uranus, who is retrograde. Both of those planets are in the same star, so I'm going to invoke each of those planets before I invoke the star. I start with Rahu. I put the flower petals on him. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, I honor Uranus, who is retrograde, for being in Aries. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Now, we're going to invoke the star that Rahu and Uranus are both in. This is a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or power, or energy. Also creativity. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. We ask for blessings of justice for everyone. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals across Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a fire sign with very active energy, today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us to think outside the box, and Uranus, a planet that can help with higher intelligence, success in life, as well as help us with astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on that. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Vrishabha, or Taurus, which today contains Mars, who is retrograde. We honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Mrigashira. This is a star that can activate curiosity within us to learn new things or be open to new experiences. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Mrgashira's star is ruled by Soma, a liquefied form of the moon, in which he is a divine nectar, Amrita of immortality. We honor Soma, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Mrgashira star, which is Mars. So Mars today is in a star he rules. He's comfortable for that. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies and also a great love of luxury, today containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems. We pause for a moment to reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can give divine blessings. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, an archetype who rules wind and the air element, and also is the father of Hanuman. We honor Vayu, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Swati star, which is Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies that support balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many piles of little flower petals. And in the air, I circle the light 3 times around the chart in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Next, I take a hand fan to offer the element of air, and I wave it above the chart in a clockwise direction 3 times, offering air and a cooling breeze. And finally, I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now, your hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings we have just invoked, asking them to put their positive blessings into the lives of all of us, our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. I offer you my life, O eternity, such as it is, and I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for about a minute, and then we can do very short Q&A if anyone has questions and wants to post them in the chat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate your participation and support. If anyone has a question, you're welcome to post it in the chat, and I will do my best to answer it. Today being Friday, we do have to quickly end the session as Ronnie is going to need the Zoom for another program that's coming up. But if someone has a question and posts it, I'll do my best to answer it if I can. And again, you're not required to have questions every day. It's okay if we don't have any questions. So again, thank you all for being here. It's lovely to be united with people in different parts of the world as we're honoring the planets and activating their blessings and activating their lessons, their energies within us. Dear Valli, Venus and Mars gave me permission to put honey and a grove on your lipstick and throat. Hanuman cleared your lungs with a cough, and Jupiter gave permission to clear your nose. I respect you so much. Oh, thank you, Van, for noticing I was struggling a bit this morning. Thank you, and thank you for visualizing the planets, helping clear different parts of my body. That's very sweet. Thank you. Clove and honey, clove and honey. Okay, lovely, lovely. I will try to drink some hot tea before doing this program next week to see if that helps open up my throat a bit more. It's getting colder here in New Mexico. I had to go in and buy an ice scraper for my car, as one morning the ice had fogged over both of the windshields. So I know it's a little bit colder here, but I will try to have some tea, hot tea in the morning now before I do the program to open up my throat a bit more. Thank you for being patient with me today. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to everyone. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. And I'll go ahead and close this out so that Ronnie can open up and prepare the Zoom channel for the program, the Shrimbrazi Community Call. Welcome. Van is saying all these weeks, all these prayers of weeks push me to do this. Sorry, you don't have to apologize, Van. I think it's very, very sweet. Thank you. Thank you. It's nice when we pray for each other. It's a beautiful impulse to have. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. I will see you again on Monday.